Hi everyone, this is tutorial part 7, and in previous section we worked with manage class, manage section, manage subject, and in this part we are going to work with add student. And as you can see, this URL will display this all in one page based on the get URL. So this was created in before tutorials, so please have a look. As you can see in application views, templates, header part, you can see we have already added this section. As you can see, just from there, I think it's too much room. Yeah, you can see that this is for a single student, this is for a bulk students, and this is session is for managed students. So I think I'll work with a student, create a student controller and a model for student. So that's it for now. So for now I'll copy I think I'll copy the section part. I think this, and change this to manage, change this to add student. Okay, perfect. So we are going to display this breadcrumb based on the URL. As you can see, bulk student, manage student. So to do that, we'll check by using the PHP if this post option is equals to add student, and will display this. Okay, and I will do else if for this, and again this. So for this option is equals to add bulk student will display as add bulk bulk student, and if it's manage student, then we'll display the manage student. Okay, so manage student. Okay, I think there's something error. Oh, sorry, it should be get. This is based on the get URL. There's two PHP variable, get and host. I think these are the PHP basics. I hope you guys know about this global variable. So we're gonna test if we don't have this option, then it should not display this page. It should display the 4x4 page. So we'll do like this, input post option is equals to 0, or if we do not have this option variable in the URL, it should be get. Then we'll show 4x4 error page. else if it exists, then we'll display this block of code. So let's check. Yeah, if we don't have that option filled. So the next part, we're going to work is on add student first. On the first we'll have the heading, right? So we'll need to copy it, bootstrap component, and here we can see the panel. Copy this, paste here, and we'll need to change heading as add student. Okay, right now we're an add student. For bulk, we'll need to change this to so. I think we'll change by doing this. PHP this. It goes to add student. Right, you can see here, and this input post block. For single student and block student. So if we have this block of code will only display for add student and add block student. I'm sorry, it should be get. I don't know what's happening to me. Option. Oh, so I hope you're getting it. So in manage, it will not be displayed. So we'll be using a different layout for this, like this one. We'll be using like this one. So we need a different div. So we'll be using this one, and for to display for manage, we'll use a different div, right? So mst, oh, sorry, mgst manage. It should be for manage student. You know, I told you like we'll be using this format, so I'll just copy from here, from this section. I'll just copy from here. You go to section, copy this, paste it here, and for now let's comment this part. We'll be working this later. Say okay, so I think it's working perfect. So add student, and let's update this at bug student 2. So I know you know what we have to do. Just copy this to here, and and remove this li element. We don't need this, as well as this one. So it's working. So when we go to add student, it should only display this add student. When we go to add block student, it should only display this add block student. When you go to manage student, we should display the class, which is not right now, which is not active. We are not worked on this page, so we'll be working soon. So let's we only focus on this part, and yeah, we'll just work on this section. So let's give this a comment. Body panel. So I think in here we also need to check if it's add student or block student, because we'll display this in this block, right? So if we have add student, otherwise add block student too. So I hope it's getting clear. Yeah, so if you refresh add a block, this happens because we have a different layout for this too. So we have for here we'll have student information, registration information. Here should be all personal information like first name, last name, date of birth in this section, and we'll have here in right section we'll have the registration date, class information, section information, and student photo. So okay, so let's work on this part. First we'll add form action as given ID, which will be used in the AJAX part type. This attribute is used for to upload the files. If you're familiar with HTML, so okay. So we'll have like two sections. The left section will give like 7 this part, only this much to have the student information, and in this right here we'll have the registration information. So to do that we'll use div class column 7 column D 7 column D 5. So let's give it a field set name, resident as a student info here, and let's give it here too, like resident registration info. So let's have a look. Boom, this is what we want to achieve. So we'll have first name in the left section, last name, date of birth, age, and contact and email in this bar. So let's add that, or we can just copy from CSS. Do we have a format here? No. So let's go to CSS form Yeah, this is what we want. So let's copy this, put it here, and let's see the output. Yeah, perfect. This is what we want. So the first, as I told you, we'll have the first name, and here as a first name, first name. Let's change this type to text, and here as a first name, and we'll give a placeholder. I'm sorry, it has been provided. We'll autocomplete off. Okay, this everything is fine. So let's copy this and let's add like 4 more. 3, 4. Okay, and let's give this as a last name. Let's copy this last name, give this a last name. Let's give here as a date of birth. Let's copy this, paste it here. Let's give the OB, copy, paste. Okay, let's give here as age. Let's copy this, age. Let's give it contact. Let's give it here 2. Place on contact, and the last field we require is email. Let's copy this. Perfect. Okay, so it's so in left, as you saw, that we have like certain information, and after that we also need the address and city and country information. So we'll add a new field for that. Present address info. Let's see. It's perfect, and I think I copy from here. Let's give this the email, and let's change this to address and city and country, and let's change this to country, city. I'm sorry, this should be city. Let's give this to city, and here should be placeholder as city, and here as an address. Let us check. Yeah, perfect. Oh, I forgot to change this placeholder, so it should be country. Okay. Now we'll add some fill on this registration field. It should be quick. You know how to add this. Copy, paste. We'll add like 3 section. First, registration, register date. Here we write register date. Just copy this, and here we'll write class. Need to move this because we'll use the select element. Okay, form control, name as class name, id as class name. Now we'll use a select empty, and for this we'll use section or we need to change this to okay. In this section we'll add the section if we select the class. So without selecting the class we cannot display the sections of the class. So first of all we need to select the class, and after that only we can display the section. Okay, and another part is I think photo. Again we'll add a fill set. You can hear legend photo. It's better if we copy, it will be fast. So here we write photo, and here it should be I think we created this right in teacher field. You can go to views and teachers. Let's copy from this. As you can see, this we can copy from this, close the teacher field, paste it here, and if we load it won't display because we need to initiate this section. So yeah, I think the fields are completed. So we need to add here date picker and here too, and yeah, that's all we need to add. And after that we'll first of all we need to add I think the buttons to submit this form. So let's create the button. Submit as button primary save changes. Let's copy this, used as button, and reset. Yep. Let's change this to default. Yeah, it's perfect. So let's change this dead picker and this one, and we need to initiate this image too. So let's do it. I think we can select class first, should be written here. Yeah, okay. To do that we need to do it from external JavaScript. You know how to include the external JavaScript. All we need to do is go write a script. After that source, custom.js, student.js. This file is not created, so we need to create. It'll go, this PHP will go in the main directory and it will look for custom.js here, so we need to create here. So it's perfect. So you know we'll need to the URL thus. Okay, and we'll load the document first. If you're familiar with jQuery or JavaScript, and we'll add let's go to student, and let's add a date picker, right? Okay, which was the one? First of all, we'll need DOB calendars picker. We'll use the date format. Should be here, month and date. Same for we use the same functionality for registration date 2. So just copy this and check it's working or not. Yeah, it's working, it's perfect. So the another part is we need to initiate this file input. So let's go to this teacher.js file. Same thing, just copy this, close this teacher.js, paste it here. Let's fix this indent and let's refresh. Yeah, it's done. So it's done, right? So the date of birth, registration date. Okay, everything looks fine. So now we will display the class information. So you know what we have to do. We need to go to the pages and we need to add here as a page. If it loads the student page, then we need to display the class information too. So it's simple. Let's go to the student.php and here we need to check if we have the class data. We go to the loop class data and after that we'll echo the each class data. Let's close this. Let's close this, open the PHP tag and let's value its class ID if you remember, and it should be value class name. You know this, all the fields are coming from this class name, class ID. So let's go back to student table and let's check if yeah, we have. So as I told you, when we click one of the classes, then the classes section should be loaded. So to do that we need to write a small JS. Let's close this app and let's go to this part, and either we can I think it's better if we load from JS. So let's close this section part 2 and let's select this class section. After that, when it's changed, it's an even handle of JavaScript change, we'll alert to check if it's working or not. Yeah, it's working perfect. So first of all, we'll have the class ID and we'll load the data student page class section, and here we'll add the class ID. Okay, this part is not created, so we'll need to create this part. It's easy. We'll just load. We'll just get this class ID, and through the class ID, we'll go to this section table, and we'll check if this class ID matches with that ID. And for example, if class 6, we have three section names, so we'll just return that 3 section information. So it's easy. So let's go back and let's create this function. We don't have created, so I think it's better if you copy from section, close this, and can we go back and just do this control construct, and so we don't need the subject model, so just write this to student and we need a class, and we don't need the teacher too, so we need only the section. Right, this is section, so we need this function, right? Fetch public. So in here we need the class ID too. We we check if class ID, if we have the class ID, then only we can execute for the. So we'll do section data this model section. We create a section model which fetches all the section names by class ID. So here it is, fetch section by the class ID. We don't need to create again. So here we write class ID, and if there's a section data, if we have a section data, then we'll display the section, otherwise we'll display no data. We need to equal out to option. So let's check. I'm sorry, data. Okay, do we have an error? I guess so. Oh, I forgot to change the class name. Oh, we don't have the student. Oh, okay. So let's. I think it's created. Just let's copy from here, and let's add it as student. Let's close this class model, and undefined variable option. Okay. Yeah, data. We have a data, so this means we have a data, right? Okay, I don't know why it is not changing. Oh, it should be. Oh, it should be section name. It should be photo. Okay, let's do it. We have a data. If we select from 5, there should be no data. Okay, so let's provide data. So we'll just write for each section data, and here we will copy and paste, and here we'll write value section name. Here we'll write section ID. So undefined variable option. Why do we have this error? Option. option. Okay, now let's create an empty. Yeah, it's working now. Okay. So let's create the create function. Let's give you a comment about fetching the class sections information. So let's create function validator array. You know the how it works. I think a copy from this subject. It's the same logic. Just copy from here to here and paste it over here, and we just need to change this part, right? So we'll just validate the first name. We'll just validate the first name. After that, we'll validate age. I think I'll edit from here age and contact. You can edit them later if you want to. Email. After that, registration date, I think. Register date. After that, class name is required, and we need the section name too. So let's give it a section name. Let's give here class. Let's give it here register date. Let's give it here email. Contact, age, and here first name. So we need to change this to student. Okay, successfully added, and this should if we have a if the operation successfully created, then we'll display this message. Otherwise it has an error. If the validation are only if this validation are only true, otherwise it will display the error. So let's try to create, as I told you. Okay, so we have the required field validation. So first name, age, contact, email, registration date, class field. So yeah, these are the field we required. So okay, so let's create a model for this part. To create student, we'll write create function create, and we'll write insert date array, and this to be insert into student, and insert data. We need to check if it was successfully inserted by status. If it was true, then it returns true, otherwise it returns false. So what are the fields that we require? Let's go to student, registration date. After that, class ID, section, first name, last name, emails. For emails, we need to create another function. I'll be demonstrating you. I'm sorry, we'll be working in the next later. And age, But if that's okay, so should be class ID, section ID, okay, first name, okay, last name, age, I think I'll put here image, age, bill, contact, email, address, tree. So let's copy this. Copy this. Okay, so for registration date, let's move to here and we'll add from here registration date, class name, section name, for first name from here. I think I'll type last name. For image, I think I will put it here as empty. For age, we'll add age. For DOB, it should be DOB, and for contact, it should be contact, email, address, city, and country. So if we try to add a student, it should work perfect. Okay, 20. He's now 30. Email, Leo, check, testing, city, testing, country, registration date, he's in class 1. Oh, we have an error. So what happened? It was working fine before, I guess. Okay. It says on model. Oh. Okay, I forgot to. I guess now it should be working fine. Yeah. So age 20, 30, Leo, check, and testing address, testing city. Okay, let's try to add. Okay, we have a false, but it's not insert in the database. I think we have some error. Okay. We don't need this, right? So okay. Oh, it should be here, section name. Now it should work. That's successfully added. Okay, it's successfully added. So now we'll try to add the emails, right? The image part is left to be added. So to do that, we need to write a simple function in this controller. Okay, so let's give a name as upload image. Okay, and we'll do explore that part. We can use the CodeIgniter upload library, but I'll do it from Procedural PHP. Okay, type is equals to -1. which will return the extension, and then it will, we need the URL, which should be assets or assets, and images, it should be images, and students, we need to give the unique ID with the random, and the type, and if we need to check if the image is in this extensions for like JPG, JPEG, PNG, is uploaded, file, photo, image. If it's uploaded, then we'll give files, photo, temp name, and its destination. So, and if it's uploaded, we'll return URL, else will return false. So we need to do a little bit just changes here. Image, URL, this, upload image, and if we okay here, and in model we need to check if the image is there. So the if image URL, if we have image URL, then image URL. Okay, if you sorry, if we don't have the image URL, then we'll upload the default, which is in this section, image default avatar.png. So here we'll upload as image URL. So let's check it again. MySQL H31 contacts U2 testing address, testing city, testing country. I'll add into the section 1. Let's add it. Download, change. Okay, let's save it. Okay, we undefined controller 90. It should be type, I'm sorry. Okay, unique ID, again spelling mistake. Okay, image cannot be null. It's null right now. Okay. Oh, we give a null. Oh, I think we don't need to add anything here. So let's type to master message. Okay, let's give it the data. Testing address, testing city, testing. And section B, change. Okay, image cannot be null. We have an error. Okay, we have an empty. So should be assets, images, students. I think the URL is correct. Okay, we have a little bit. I think it's in this part. Type. Oh, it should be dot. I'm sorry, because the image. We need to get this extension name. I'm sorry, my typing mistake. So if we undefined image 94. Oh, it should be tame name. Yeah, okay, it's and now it will be added successfully if we remove this and this. So let's try to add Leo to 13. It's testing address, testing city, testing country. Let's add here. Let's add genes. After that, it's successfully added, and in database it should be also updated with new data. Okay, so it's working fine. Now we'll try to add it from JavaScript. It's easy, it's simple, by copying and pasting this functionality from here to here, and there's little bit things we need to add here, because we are submitting the files also as images and a file, so we need to update a little bit format. So it should be form data this equals to 0. So here we'll add form data, and okay, and let's go to teacher, and okay, let's copy this right here, which is located on the create teacher form right below at line 43. Okay, let's close this, and we don't need the class ID. Okay, everything we'll need to change first of all this part. Okay, let's give this create student form, and we need to reset this part, or we don't need this, and I think we don't need this too. We need to display the message if it's added successfully. So to do that, we need to add an ID, right, in student. Okay, we have one. Okay, over here, right below the panel body, here it will be perfect. Okay, ID, message, okay, let's update this and this, and I think I'll create a new function here, like clear form. And create a function name as function clear form, where all the input field which equals to type which equals to input type, value should be empty, and select value to be empty too, and section new.html, the option value to be empty too, select select class, and we want that this field to be also empty, so we'll just remove this. Okay, remove. So let's check if it's working. So that's another user. Testing address. Let's check in console too. Okay, it's successfully created. Okay, but this, I don't know what happened. It should be, oh my god, it should be clicked event, not clear event. I'm sorry for that. Okay, this is removed. Okay, let's do it again. Final check, everything, validation is done. John Doe 2 and enter. It should be 30. Contact this to Gmail. I think I'll add John Doe. Testing address, testing city, testing country. I said today. Just press enter. I don't know. Okay, select otherwise. So change. Let's save that. Successfully created. Okay, I think email. We need to type to email. Yeah, this will work. So I don't need to test it again. So okay, it's added successfully. So let's check if the images are exist in the, yes, it exists. So that's all for this part. In next session we'll be working with this ad block and manage student. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you.